Did you know you can make rich, creamy ice cream using cottage cheese? Seriously? Now, I did not believe it until I tried it, and now you need to try it too. I'm going to show you how easy it is to make chocolate peanut butter swirl ice cream that is ready in 2 hours. Now you might be wondering, is it really healthier than traditional ice cream? Well, as a bonus at the end of this video, I will answer this very important question. To make this recipe, I'm going to use my food processor, and we're going to start with 1.5 cups of cottage cheese. And you can use either the small curd or large curd, it really doesn't matter. Next, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of cocoa powder, and as a natural sweetener, I'm going to add 1/3 cup of maple syrup. You could also use honey. And to add flavor, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla, as well as 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to add about a tablespoon of peanut butter, and I microwaved it first so that it would be nice and soft and easy to pour. I'm going to turn my processor on high until all the ingredients are well blended. All right, take a look. And what we're wanting is for all of those little cottage cheese curds to be blended till it's completely smooth. And I can still see a little bit of texture, so I'm going to let it run for about another 30 seconds. There, now it's just smooth and creamy, and we no longer see any of the little curds. So now we'll remove our bowl from our processor. And then I'm just going to use a shallow dish that I'm going to pour this delicious chocolate ice cream into. And then now we'll just spoon all of this creamy goodness into our shallow dish. That smells so good. I can smell the chocolate and the peanut butter. So now we'll go ahead and spread this out in our dish. And by spreading it out kind of thin in our dish, it's really a selfish reason. It just means that it's going to freeze and set up a little bit faster, which means I can eat it quicker. All right, well now it's time for the fun artistic part. So we're going to take our slightly melted peanut butter so that it pours nice and easy. And we're just going to go through and drizzle this all over our chocolate ice cream. And there's really no rhyme or reason to this. We just want to make some really cool designs or swirls so that when we scoop up our ice cream, we're going to see those bands of peanut butter. I guess we can call this an edible Picasso. I'm going to add some mini chocolate chips to enhance that chocolate flavor, and because they just look really yummy, and they're going to taste really yummy. I love having a real chunky ice cream with lots of different flavor mix-ins. So I'm adding probably about 2 tablespoons of these chocolate chips. And then I've also chopped up some peanuts, and so I'm going to sprinkle just some peanuts over the top of it as well, just to add in a little bit of crunch. We eat with our eyes, and so this gives an indicator of what type of ice cream this is. And now to swirl the peanut butter in, I'm just going to take my spoon and just make a few little swirls here, just to really incorporate all of these yummy mix-ins into the creamy chocolate ice cream. I mean, I'd like to say I'm a pro at this, but really there's no technique required, because it's all going in the same place, and that's in my mouth. I am super excited to try this, but I'm going to put it into the freezer for about 2 hours. Here's a batch I made earlier this morning, and it's ready to be served. Now, different than traditional ice cream, if it freezes for too long, it will get a little bit hard. And if that's the case, just take it out of the freezer and let it sit out on your counter for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then it'll just gradually soften to the perfect consistency. So now I'm going to take my ice cream scoop, and we'll just start on one end. And oh my goodness, look at that gorgeous roll of ice cream. That is amazing. Wow. It's got all the peanut butter and the nuts and the chocolate chips. Put that right into our bowl. That is gorgeous. Now for the best part. Totally has the same consistency just as ice cream. And I got a little band of the peanut butter and some of the peanuts and a couple chocolate chips. That is incredible. It is just so creamy and full of flavor, and it's definitely sweet enough, but it's not overpoweringly sweet like a regular ice cream. Now, the only way I can imagine this tasting even better is on top of a brownie. And these are my homemade gluten-free brownies, and you'll have to check out my video to learn how to make these. They're also naturally sweetened with maple syrup and a little bit of coconut sugar. So I'm going to go ahead and put one of these brownies onto my plate. I'll scoop up some more of this incredible ice cream. And scoop that on top. Wow. All right, I think this needs a fork so that I can get the brownie. Oh my goodness. I think I need a minute. Honestly, this has just skyrocketed to my top 10 dessert flavors of all time. That is seriously unbelievable. You get the rich, chewy brownie, and then you get the contrast with that creamy ice cream, and then the little bit of crunch from the peanuts and the chocolate chips. It doesn't get any better than that. And now to answer the very important question of whether or not it's healthier than traditional ice cream. So this is a half cup scoop of a traditional ice cream, and honestly, how many times do you ever eat just half a scoop? But this is what we'll use for comparison's sake. So there are basically 20 grams of sugar in this ice cream, and that's equal to about 5 sugar cubes. And it is white processed sugar. In our recipe, we have about 16 grams of sugar, and that's equal to about 4 sugar cubes. Now I've painted them brown just for the representation that it's maple syrup, which is a natural sweetener. Now when it comes to protein, our traditional ice cream has about 5 grams, whereas our cottage cheese ice cream has about 12 grams. So it pretty much wins by a landslide. So is the cottage cheese healthier? I'm going to say yes, in that it has less sugar, which is naturally sweetened, which is going to make it lower on the glycemic index. It also is much higher in protein and slightly higher in calcium. Plus, making it yourself at home means that you have control over all of your ingredients. So now it is a dessert and you will want to eat it in moderation, but at least you know you can enjoy something that is actually good for you and has a lot of nutritional benefit. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in my kitchen today. And if you'd like to see the recipe card for this video, please visit my website, gentletummy.com. And if you end up making this recipe, please comment below and let me know what you think. And also let me know if you end up flavoring it with any other mix-ins, because I would love to have some new suggestions. And if you know someone else who you think would love to have a more nutritious ice cream substitute, please share this video with them. And I cannot wait to see you next time.